The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Toke. It's Thursday, April the 5th, 2007. And you know what that means, don't you? That means you're about to be fucked about 10 days from now. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get to the butt of the day. And that would be a bubblegum kush. Look at that stuff, man. Boy, it sure looks good, huh? But I gotta tell you, the taste is phenomenal. And if you're into, well, I'm not really into it, but that bubblegum flavor, man, oh man, you know that Bazooka Joe when you were a kid, or that Hubba Bubba? Man, for some reason this stuff tastes just like bubblegum. Hence the name, a bubblegum kush. Anyway, with that said and done, let's get to the show. And that would be about money. Oh, money, 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 money. You got money, I got money. You want my money, don't you? I want your money, I want his money, I want her money. But you want her money too, and they want your money, and everybody wants everybody's money, man. Is that crazy or what? But the biggest money grubber of all is coming up, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Uncle Sam's gonna bend you over and fuck you good. And the reason I say that is because you don't even know what you're spending the money on. I know you're all ready for another amphibious sex study, or to find out how fast it takes 2,500 worms to devour a human corpse, or holy cow, it just goes on and on and on. If you knew what you were spending your money on, you'd never give them a dime, man. Anybody that would approach you with the kind of crap that this government spends money on, you'd be looking at them like they were some crazy fucking freak. Anyway, but every year we dole it out, say here you go, and doesn't really matter what you spend our money on. I tell you what, if I came to you and said, hey, listen, I'm going to hit you big every year, and every year, every time you want to know what I'm taking your money for, I'm going to tell you, hey, I don't know, maybe I'll tell you in a few years or something, or I don't know, maybe if I'm forced by some, Freedom of Information Act or something like that, you might find out. But it'll be years down the road, and by then, your money's going to be spent. It won't even matter. Anyway, this is a fun time of year, and I'm sure I'll touch on it as we approach that magical day. And boy, oh boy, all I can tell you is get your industrial can of lube out and get ready to bend over, because the big one's gonna get you. Anyway, with that said, let's get right to the musical spot of the day. Today, we're going to Canada to visit with Jesse Stutsman. He's a musician in Canada, like I say, and I got to tell you, you can catch him on his Steal Your Face 1976 channel. And this guy's got a body of work that just don't quit, man. You'll spend days and days listening to him. And I tell you what, I'm going to give you a little taste of it right now. Hey Jesse, what's going on, buddy?
Hey Digi, thanks a lot for having me on your show. I like the Daily Toke. It's the only show I watch every day, and probably the best show on YouTube by far. So anyways, I like to play a song I wrote many years ago by me and my buddy Jeff, and I'm probably sitting around wishing we had something to smoke. So we decided to come up with this.
Let's hear it, bro.
It's called Waiting for the Buds. I've been on the silent for 5,000 years, waiting for the buds to bloom and take away my fears. Smoking banana pills and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna get high and I'm giving that to you. Whoa. I'm Jesse Stutsman, and you're watching the Daily Toke.